What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran giving you that Friday energy on a Monday. This is a remote recording this week because Francesca is in Michigan celebrating her sister's graduation. So congrats to Gia on that.
Very exciting. The last Mariano through school. I joked with my parents yesterday and was like, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. My mom was like, that's not funny.
Listen,
well, it's not bad.
I'm sure your whole family has graduated as well, like parents. And the only person that graduated college in my family, I think, might be my sister.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Actually, no, my aunt's a doctor, so I have to give credit to her as well. So maybe her and my sister. So at least the Mariano's got that going for them as a whole.
Yeah, but it was really nice. My sister didn't think I was coming. I told her I couldn't come because I was moving and had too much to do. And so I showed up on Saturday and she didn't know I was here. So she was very happy, like literally started sobbing, like emotional. But she also like cried seeing my parents and my brother. And it's graduation's a very emotional weekend. And I think it was good though. She was happy that we all came. We're all here, and all of her friends are from Michigan. Like she lives with all girls that are from Michigan. So their families are around pretty often. They don't live that far away. Sure, like we're the farthest people. So we always have to fly. And so we're just not around as much. So I think she really loves when everybody's here and all the parents are together. And it was very nice.
Yeah, that makes sense. Mixing some alcohol, some tears will be flowing.
Absolutely.
Get it all together.
Definitely.
Yeah, I had a wedding shower this weekend. That was nice. Lovely weather. Great weather in New York. Things are looking up. Summer is coming.
You got your florals going.
Yeah, I've worn that dress before, though.
I love that dress. I know you have, but I'm just saying when you were talking about changing up your style, that fits the floral description.
Yeah, I'm trying to add a pop of color into my style. A little bit more, floral, spring vibes.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I guess you're right. That kind of fits.
It definitely
But
does.
I feel like since I've worn that dress before, it doesn't feel out of my comfort zone. Also, it's my mom's dress, so shout out to my mom. Rose got good style. She's got good style, that one. I have been thinking all weekend because I started rewatching Love Island season 5. Once again, this is my 4th time doing it.
You've watched it 4 times?
Yes, that season.
Wait, we have to do the math on how many hours that is.
So many.
Like, what are there 50 episodes of that are all like an hour? 50 hours times 4?
Yes.
200 hours.
Jesus.
I've spent a lot of time on that show. And since I've spent a lot of time, 2 things to come out of that season. Now, if you haven't watched Love Island season 5 and you plan on doing
it's over 8 full days.
Listen, I'm not
200 hours.
surprised by that at all. I'm not surprised at all. That's like, I could be putting in work at the gym with those hours. And unfortunately, I'm not. I'm just watching Love Island. And that's
Maybe you
okay.
got to start bringing you can bring your iPad, to the gym and watch. I feel like watching Love Island. Do you like to watch TV when you work out or no? Listen to music?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I can't. That's like too slow for me to watch TV and work out at the same time. Is like, I feel like I'm just not moving fast at that rate. But
it's like the only way I can work out.
Yeah, I like to listen to music to pump myself up. But sometimes figuring out what kind of music to put on is also a struggle.
Definitely. It's easy. I like the TV because it gives myself a time. I'm going to stay on the elliptical for this full episode.
Yeah, that's that makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe I should give that a shot. I just thought I've tried before, but it was too boring for me. But
do you not listen to podcasts?
At the gym, no.
At the gym,
too slow. That's the same thing as a TV show.
I feel like that I've learned that distracts me when I play music. I think it's pumping me up, but I'm just like exerting too much energy, and the podcast distracts me. I kind of forget that I'm working out.
Yeah, that's how I feel about TV.
These are some great tips, and maybe I'll put it into my daily routine of working out if I ever do that. So anyways, Love Island season 5. If you haven't watched and you plan on watching, then skip this. But if you've seen it before, or if you don't plan on watching, there are two things that I have really been thinking about. Number one, when we talk about the season of Love Island, season of UK Love Island, it's always, we're talking about Amber and Michael. We're always talking about how savage Michael was when he came back and with a different woman, when he came back with Joanna, and that moment between him and Amber was unreal. And it honestly made Amber win in the end.
Yeah, for sure.
If that didn't happen, Amber wouldn't have won. But then you think about Jordan and Anna, where Jordan was going to tell India that he had feelings for her when he just asked Anna to be his girlfriend, in front of everybody. We had that happen.
Yeah.
And then we had Curtis, who was with Amy the entire time, and they were friends with Maura.
Yeah.
Just completely drop Amy and move on to Maura. And the only reason nobody was mad about that was because we all love Maura. Yeah. And everyone didn't like Amy.
Yeah.
And looking back, I'm like, oh my God, if Amy was just as likable as Maura was, then everyone would have been like, fuck Curtis, we're on Amy's side, because the whole situation was fucked up. And I think Curtis may have done the most dirty thing in that whole season. We always focused on the other ones. He might have been the dirtiest. And on that note, Molly May and Tommy Fury should have won. No questions about it. They gave it to Amber. Amber won because they felt bad about the whole thing.
It was a guilt win. That relationship lasted like a month too.
It lasted 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Yeah. Tommy and Molly May still going strong. Yep. They're together forever dates, forever thing. They comment this on all their pictures. They live together. They have a great life together, and they should have won. And those are my thoughts that I've been thinking about all weekend long after watching this.
But it's like American Idol, where like usually the runner up, I feel like, or like the people who don't win end up being more successful.
Yeah. I do feel like that. I feel like the winners of Love Island 2 don't really do that well. I mean, the last season, season 6, they're still together, but the previous seasons, definitely not as much. There are other couples that didn't win that were just better. And Molly May and Tommy are the prime example of that. Curtis, that I agree with you. I think it was by far the worst. It was like they were a legitimate couple.
Yeah, because I feel like for so long everybody was like,
Amber, Jordan and Anna was talked about so much because it was like so explosive. Like the fight, like Anna went off on him so hard that like I think that hyped it up even more. Amy was just kind of like super sad and was like, it was just kind of over. There was no big like explosive moment, and Anna fucking lit Jordan up. So that made it way more like shock factor.
Amy should have popped off a bit more. That's
for sure. Absolutely. She deserved to. She could pop off right now if she wanted to about it.
She should, honestly. We're all rewatching Amy, but the thing is,
Curtis and Maura aren't together either. Maura's with that other guy from Love Island.
Yeah, Chris. I actually like Maura so much more than Amy, though. So at that point, I think that's how everyone feels.
Yeah.
Whatever. Let's get into the topics for today's show. We got J-Lo and Ben Affleck spotted hanging out together. What year are we living in? What is happening? Why is this going on? We'll get into it. Billie Eilish was on the cover of Vogue for June, and she did a whole interview with them. We have a Bachelor roundup. What's going on with Pilot Pete and Kelly? What's going on with Abigail and Mike? We'll dive into it. And the Bravo All-Stars Housewives cast has been revealed, and they're making TikToks. They're on vacation. It's all very exciting. So let's get into it, starting off with J-Lo and Ben Affleck. Everybody stop right there. Stop it. Whatever you're doing right now, stop in your tracks and think to yourself, did I get my mom anything for Mother's Day? Did I get my aunts anything for Mother's Day? Did I get the mother figures in my life anything for Mother's Day? If the answer is no, you have to pay attention. The best Mother's Day gift this year is Kendra Scott Jewelry, our favorite jewelry brand. Fran and I wear Kendra Scott every single day. I'm not even joking. There is not a day that goes by that I am not wearing Kendra Scott jewelry. I wear the same 2 necklaces every day. It's a chain and a nice pendant. They also have amazing earrings that Fran is showing off right now on the YouTube. They also have necklaces and all different kinds of jewelry. They got rings, whatever you want. The best jewelry that you can find. Kendra Scott has it, and it's a great gift for your mom for Mother's Day. You can engrave birthstone colors to diamonds, or you can just, whatever jewelry your mom likes. If you know that, then you can find that at kendrascott.com. So right now, live through May 7th, you can get 20% off using code CHICKS. Exclusions do apply, but again, that's 20% off using code CHICKS through May 7th. So head to kendrascott.com, get yourself some jewelry, get your mom some jewelry, maybe match with your mom and get yourselves matching necklaces or matching earrings or whatever it is. I have given every woman in my life Kendra Scott as a gift.
Same.
No joke. All of my aunts have Kendra Scott. My cousins have Kendra Scott. My sister, my brother's girlfriend. I've given them all Kendra Scott because everybody loves it. So go to kendrascott.com, use code CHICKS, and get 20% off until May 7th. The world was turned upside down this past weekend when photos of Ben Affleck and J-Lo. I was going to say Jennifer Lopez and I said J-Lo.
J-Lo.
But I'm just going to roll with it. Pictures of them hanging out. Sources are saying they were hanging out. People started freaking out. What's going on with J-Lo and Ben? Now the sources are saying it's strictly friendship. There's nothing romantic going on. And this is a shot to everyone's heart because as soon as these pictures were revealed, as soon as these articles came out, people started freaking out everywhere.
Absolutely freaking out. And what's amazing about this is there aren't even any pictures of Ben and J-Lo together. It's like, here's a picture of Ben leaving the white Suburban that J-Lo drives around in. So it's like, oh, Ben's leaving the car. Ben's been spending time at Jen's house. They've been hanging out. They've been having a good time. It's funny now because, like, I think when J-Lo was with A-Rod, it was like J-Lo, A-Rod. You always would call him A-Rod, her J-Lo. When we're back talking about Ben Affleck, she becomes Jen again. Like, she's like automatically, I'm like, oh yeah, Ben and Jen, obviously. Like, I'm not calling her J-Lo. It's like Ben and Jen just takes us back. I will say it's incredible that J-Lo's PR people, like her team, no one works harder than they do. Because it's like, how do we get everyone to forget about A-Rod? Like, how do we just get the world to forget about him? Oh, let's solely pictures of Ben Affleck leaving the white truck. That was it. That's all the world needed. Everybody freaked out. We joked about this a few weeks ago after the breakup, kind of being like, well, what about Ben Affleck? You never know. And here we are.
Well, I felt like a dummy because during that conversation, I was like, there is no way that J-Lo is going to be with Ben Affleck. She's way past that. And so when I saw these pictures and these articles, I was like, oh, damn it. I was wrong. But good for them. This is exciting. People are going to love this.
Yeah.
It up. But you're right. The PR here is A+. Because now, even though we are talking about A-Rod, we don't care. We don't care what's going on with A-Rod and J-Lo. We're so over. We are so over A-Rod and J-Lo. I think everyone's past it because we are now on to the next guy for J-Lo. Who's it going to be? If it's not Ben, is it going to be P. Diddy? Who's it going to be?
How about Lenny Kravitz posting this picture of them from the movie that they just shot with the caption, black and white. It's a beautiful photo with the caption, Jennifer. After knowing each other for so many years, we finally got to work and be creative together. It was an experience that I will always cherish. Love and respect. XXX # shotgun wedding. Now, do we have a Len and Jen? Like, it's just Jenny and Lenny?
That caption literally made me horny. I was like, oh my God. J-Lo and
I just think
Lenny
the way
Kravitz
Lenny Kravitz like speaks is automatic. Like, automatic turn on.
Fanny
Jenny and Lenny might be the best.
Jenny and Lenny is fantastic.
Jenny and Lenny. Because then you could just be Jenny as their couple name or Lenny as their couple name.
Yep, exactly.
As simple as that. Yeah, that would be awesome. Be creative together. Ooh, does that mean more than one thing? Does
They
that
start
mean more
making
than one thing,
songs.
Len?
But J-Lo's so good at already, like, now the entire world is just obsessed with who she's going to be with next. It's not like, oh my God, we miss her with A-Rod. They were so great. Like, it's already over. We moved on and so quickly. And I got to give credit to J-Lo for that. And it's great because the quotes are like, oh, Jennifer and Ben have been friends for a long time. They've always stayed in touch. They've always kept, their friendship going. It's like, have they? We've never seen them together. Now, all of a sudden, they've had this long-winded friendship. They've always stayed in touch.
Right. Then how come we've never seen articles, hey, Ben Affleck is leaving Jennifer Aniston. I mean, not Jennifer Aniston, J-Lo's house. Now I'm getting confused with the J-Lo Jennifer thing again.
I know.
But yeah, I think that they're just working to get A-Rod's name out of the news and just more so anybody else, because I don't think anybody cares what A-Rod's up to or who he's dating, or at least we don't care who A-Rod's dating next. We only care about who J-Lo's dating next.
Absolutely.
So give us these articles about Ben and J-Lo, even though they mean nothing. Just keep giving them to us.
It's amazing. A photo that they weren't even together in absolutely freaked out the entire world. They weren't even photographed together and everybody lost their shit.
All you got to do is put their names in the headline together and it doesn't even matter.
Exactly.
And he spent a few hours at her house doing what?
Doing
what?
I love the pictures of Ben leaving the car, but then pictures like throughout the last few months of J-Lo being in that car. It's like, well, look, guys, here she is up there. She's in the car again. Oh, it's got to be the same car. I love it. It's great. It's entertaining. And I bet Ben was also seen this weekend. I think, he went to a swim lesson or something for one of his kids with Jennifer Gardner. It's just hard, the gens. It's very confusing.
Loves a Jen, huh?
Ben and Jen already exist. He married another Jen. This is back to an end. It's very confusing. Jennifer Gardner, he was also with this weekend.
I bet
but they're parents. They got tons of stuff to do together.
Right, but I bet it makes it easy on him.
He just has to call everyone Jennifer.
Yeah, he just calls everyone Jennifer, and he doesn't have to worry about a name slip up.
That's very true.
Billie Eilish is on the cover of Vogue looking absolutely stunning in a way that we have never seen Billie Eilish before.
Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable. I think the photos are going to shock everyone, which is, I think that was the point of her doing this. But it is British Vogue, and she looks so stunning. Like, it's just a different Billie in a way that she's so open now about kind of like being more, not necessarily comfortable showing her body, but more in like this is my body and my decision. If I want to wear clothes that don't show anything, I can do that. And if I want to wear a corset on the cover of British Vogue, I can also do that because it's whatever I feel good in.
Yeah, I feel like this is awesome for Billie. I feel like you can tell how confident she is in these photos. She looks absolutely stunning. I saw everybody all these celebrities were reposting her Vogue cover, Billie, Bella Hadid, Hailey Bieber, Sophie Turner, everybody's posting these photos of her because she looks so stunning. And she has talked about this before, wearing baggier clothes all the time because she was, she didn't want to show off her body and just from a young age, but then becoming famous, that made her not want to show it off even more. And now she's reached a point where it seems like she's comfortable with herself. She wants to be herself and she doesn't care what anyone says about that. And I love that.
Yeah, exactly. There was a few quotes that like really stood out that she does seem like she just is very comfortable in her own skin right now. They wrote in October, a paparazzi picture of her in a form-fitted vest sparked a media cycle riff with negativity and misjudged sympathy. It made me really offended when people were like, good for her for feeling comfortable in her bigger skin, she says, curling her lips in mockery. Jesus Christ, good for me? Fuck off, she splutters with frustration. The more the internet and the world care about somebody that's doing something they're not used to, they put it on such a high pedestal that it's even worse. She knows that corsets will rile people up. And then she said, if I'm honest with you, I hate my stomach, and that's why. She thinks that's, quote, shallow. The writer then wrote, I disagree. It's hard enough for anyone to negotiate the conflict between intellectually rejecting patriarchal beauty standards and hardwired personal frustration, let alone when you're one of the most scrutinized teenagers in the world and your body is, as Eilish calls it, your deepest insecurity. So it's interesting that, you know, I think she has said so much about being, you know, trying to be comfortable in her own body that, like, when she does talk about things that she doesn't necessarily want to show or maybe wants to hide a little bit, she feels like she's kind of being hypocritical. But everybody has something, like, and it sends a good message of, like, dress the way that makes you feel good. If, like, wearing a corset on the cover is, like, going to make you feel good and sexy and feel good about yourself, 100%. If wearing, like, a giant sweatshirt is going to make you feel good and feel sexy and feel comfortable, then that's great.
Yeah. And I like the quote where she said, if you feel like you look good, then you look good.
Yeah.
And I think that's important for everybody to understand that, because some people will be like, oh, I like how I look, but do you like how I look? Does this person like how I look? Well, if you like how you look and you feel good, then that's really all that matters.
Exactly. It's all about what makes you feel good, she said. If you want to get surgery, go get surgery. If you want to wear a dress that somebody thinks you look too big wearing, fuck it. If you feel like you look good, you look good. And, you know, she talked about how, like, dressing like that classic hot girl makes people assume things about you. She said, everybody's like, you can't make a wife out of a hoe. And it's like, you're attracted to that person, though. You created that person. Suddenly you're a hypocrite if you want to show your skin and you're easy and you're a slut and you're a whore. If I am, then I'm proud. Me and all the girls are hoes and fuck it, you know? Let's turn it around and be empowered in that. Showing your body and showing your skin or not should not take any respect away from you.
I think that was my favorite thing ever, is me and all the girls are hoes.
Yeah.
Like, I think I might use that at all times in my life. Now, me and all the girls are hoes.
And fuck it, you know? Just
like, who cares?
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's like the last line too. I love that. Like, showing your body and showing your skin or not should not take any respect away from you. Like, people shouldn't be like, oh, you know, well, she did that British Vogue cover and the corset. Like, what does that mean? It's like, fuck it, you know?
Yeah, she felt good. She looks good. She looks absolutely amazing. I mean, I think everybody knows that, but it's just a way that we've never seen her before. And I'm really happy for Billie, because I feel like with the way she's talking about this album, the way she's talking in this interview, it seems like she is still so young, but has grown so much from when she first started. And she seems so confident in herself, way more confident than she seemed in that documentary that I watched. And I am excited for all things Billie Eilish to come.
Yeah, absolutely. In the interview as well, you know, she talked about how, like, when you're younger, you think like you're so mature. It's the oldest you've ever been. You're like, you have all this feeling like you're older than you are. And she thinks, you know, now as she actually does get older, she can look back and is learning from those times and learning from those experiences and writing songs about it and talking about it. And being just like such a cool fashion icon. Like, I feel like her fashion will just always be so epic, always, whenever she wears something.
Yeah, I agree. And not only is she a fashion icon, obviously with her new album coming out, she just keeps getting bigger and better as a music artist and a star. Yeah. And I think that everybody looks up to Billie Eilish, no matter if you're older than her or younger than her. She just seems so wise.
Yeah, definitely. She said that she thinks her voice, like, her voice has never sounded better. She's coming into her voice even more now. So creatively, it's just awesome. And yeah, it's really insane how much she has accomplished at the age that she is. It's pretty incredible. I know that that's talked about a lot and probably like over talked about, but it's impossible not to. crazy. It always reminds me of the 1 year video that she does. That's always so good. Like she does the same interview like once a year. What is that on? Vanity Fair or what is that?
I think it's Vanity Fair.
I think it's Vanity Fair. And that is always so cool. If you never watched that, I highly recommend going to watch those. It's Billie Eilish being, interviewed by the same people and kind of like the same questions, but all 1 year apart, and just kind of seeing how she's evolved and also watching her like look back at her previous answers and just kind of talking through it and growing through it just shows that every year is like so major for her. Like there's no like 1 year that was like, oh yeah, nothing really happened that year. It's like, no, since she was 13, like every year has been so monumental.
Yeah, it's so crazy. And I feel like even watching her watch herself, she like cringes all the time at her past answers. And it's kind of what she says in this interview, like she's grown up from when she was younger. And at that time when she was younger, she thought she knew it all. And each year is kind of the same thing. You thought you knew everything the year before, but then every year as you grow, you're like, damn, I was really naive and young and I didn't understand what was going on. And it's kind of the same thing as you continue to grow up.
Yep. So right now, Bravo, they are filming a Housewives All-Stars show. We don't really know too much about it, but we obviously know who's there. Pictures have been coming out. It looks like they're on a trip in Turks and Caicos right now. They're filming the show in Turks and Caicos. And we are just already getting incredible content from this. Like they have their phones, they're posting. We all saw them all post these kind of coordinated private plane Instagram posts, like all of them being like, where are we off to? All of them on their plane. So as far as we know right now, the cast is Teresa and Melissa from New Jersey, Kenya and Cynthia from Atlanta, Ramona and Luann from New York, and Kyle from Beverly Hills. And this weekend, a TikTok of Melissa's went crazy viral because Ramona is just living in Ramona's world. Nobody is like Ramona Singer. It's incredible. It's really incredible. They're like all kind of doing their designated moves, and Ramona's doing like a Hulu dance like off to the side. It's fantastic.
This has me so excited for this All-Stars Real Housewives season. An incredible cast of people, just so incredible. You got Luann, you got Cynthia, Melissa, Teresa, Kenya, Kyle, Ramona, all of these iconic housewives all in one place. They're all on vacation, and we all know that the best episodes of Real Housewives are when they go on vacation. So giving us 2 weeks of vacation time with all of these housewives mixed together is absolutely pure genius. I cannot wait for this to come out whenever it is, because I know it's going to be unreal. I know it's going to be spectacular. Yeah. I know it's going to be A+ material. I don't doubt this season, this show, for a single second, because you got the number ones on there. You got it on there. You got the people. You're missing a few. I think, adding like Lisa Rinna to the mix, adding
I do wish there was some more Beverly Hills, but I think that they could only have a certain amount of people. Like a report from The Sun said, a production insider told them that the cast size was cut to 7 due to, quote, the largest size house the show could book is 7 bedrooms due to COVID protocols. So I bet you they wanted to have more, but they weren't able to. And there is a rumor that there is an 8th woman coming to like stir shit up. And for like a week to just be like a surprise guest, like, here I come. And people think that it's Jill Zarin.
Damn.
Which is like it. Yeah. I'm not sure if that's 100% confirmed, but I know a lot of the Bravo fan accounts think that it's Jill Zarin. Apparently she was a top pick from the producers, and that Jill may have confirmed it. She shared a video on her Instagram stories on Sunday saying that she will be taking a short trip this week. So things they're already talking about that. There's already reports that Ramona and Kenya got into a big blowout. I mean, Ramona and Kenya combined.
Yeah. Give it to me.
Like you said, these women, you pick these women for a reason. It's All Stars. They know the name of the game. They're put in this setting and they will produce. They're not gonna be sitting around like, oh, we're on a little trip. This is so relaxing. They know they're there to make good TV.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. They got the number ones. They got the people who know how to make a good TV show. They know how to bring the drama. They don't care what people say about them. They know what makes a good Bravo reality TV show. You need the OGs. You need the people who have been around the block, who get it. And these women, they do. And I cannot wait for this because it only means more to come.
Yeah.
As soon as this is a hit, we're going to get these seasons, like we're going to get All-Stars seasons left and right. They're just going to be shooting them at us out of a cannon constantly once we all eat this all up, because everybody will, because you're going to get the people who watch, you know, some may watch New York, some may watch Beverly Hills, some may watch, you know, some may watch New Jersey, and then they don't watch all of them.
Yeah.
But you're going to get all the people who watch all the different kinds of housewives watching one show. So think about that viewership as well.
I don't know how it took them this long to do this. All-star shows, crossover shows do so well. Like, and you see it across all platforms, crossover shows, not only reality shows, but
That's So Sweet Life of Hannah Montana.
Yeah, awesome. Exactly. I was gonna say, like, you know, Grey's Anatomy, they do it. The Chicago shows all do it, where like they all combine, and it always does well. It always produces. So Bravo, I feel like, has been missing out that they haven't been doing this. Now, once they do it, they're gonna freak out. It's the same thing with fucking Winter House. Like, it's like they're combining, they're putting all the Bravo celebrities together. It's like, let them pop off. Let's create that crossover. Let's get the Summer House people with the Southern Charm people. And it's a proven formula. You see how that shit works on MTV. They always do that. Now the challenge is like full of people from all these different reality shows that come in. They also, you know, X on the Beach and all the other MTV reality shows that they pull from different places. It's always interesting to see how they all interact. And Bravo doing this is very, very smart. I hope that it is Jill Zarin, just so they can reenact Jill Zarin showing up on Ramona's trip that she didn't know Jill was coming on. She's going to show up to, and Ramona sends her away. Like, it's genius. It's good. It's great. I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. And I think it only makes, when you do crossovers, like you mentioned, Winter House.
Yeah.
It only makes everybody more famous, because the people who are fans of Kyle Richards, but they don't necessarily follow Melissa Gorga, then they start following Melissa Gorga because they're seeing her with Kyle Richards. And then you just get that cross-pollination, and it's smart for everybody involved.
Absolutely. It's already smart for all of them on TikTok. Like, just from one Melissa Gorga TikTok, everyone's like checking out everybody's social media, looking and seeing what everybody's doing. For sure. It's smart all around. And I hope we get this ASAP. I hope we get this winter or fall, like as soon as possible, really. Just as soon as possible.
In the fall. We need it ASAP. We can't be waiting until the winter.
No, I know. Same with Winter House. Like, come on. We know you already filmed it. Yeah. We know it's already done. Let's go.
Air it.
Let's go.
What are you waiting
Pick
for,
up the pace.
Bravo?
Pick up the pace.
Chop, chop.
The weather's getting nicer. We're getting outside. And, you know, you're going to need something to cool down. You're going to need a way to refresh yourself, relax. And also, you could be looking for a way to help out, help the environment, help our planet. You can combine those two things by drinking Coors Seltzer. It's that easy. There's nothing more refreshing than a Coors Seltzer. Not only do you get that refreshing taste, but every 12-pack now refreshes the rivers with 500 gallons of water with every purchase of the 12-pack. Now, that is great news. You can get it in 4 different flavors. They got the black cherry, mango, lemon, lime, and grapefruit. All of them are delicious. I highly recommend the mango. It's one of my favorites. We're going to be drinking them all summer long. So try it today and let us know what you think, and make sure to tag us at Coors Light in your posts. You can get Coors Light and Coors Seltzer delivered straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart, or go to CoorsSeltzer.com/chicks to see where you can purchase Rocky Mountain Refreshment Now in a hard seltzer, and it's brewed in Fort Worth, Texas. So like I said before, you're helping out the rivers, you're drinking, you're having a good time. For every 12-pack sold, Through December 31st, 2021, Coors will purchase services from Change the Course to restore 500 gallons of fresh river water, maximum 5 billion gallons through 2021. 5 billion. So really got to make sure you're out there buying your Coors Seltzer. You can see all the details at CoorsSeltzer.com. And always remember to celebrate responsibly. This is coming from Coors Brewing Company in Fort Worth, Texas. I would guarantee you, Maria, that the Bachelor producers are very upset with the activity that's been going on with all of these previous contestants. Everybody's hanging out. Everybody's together. No cameras are there. The Paradise producers must be losing their minds because they're going to have all this like unspoken content that when they actually do film Paradise, it's going to be like, well, how do we connect these things? Like with Blake and fucking Stagecoach, it was, you know, everybody was talking about Stagecoach. It was one thing. It was one moment. Every weekend now, we see all of these contestants together in New York. They're always, all the girls, always together, constantly at brunch, constantly looking like they're having a fucking blast. Then they bring in the guys, Mike, Joe, Bennett, like all of these guys are also involved. Dustin's, and I've seen Dustin, like they all now are in New York and everybody's just hanging out together. And I got to imagine the Paradise people have got to be like, how do we get a camera in New York? Like, should we just fucking do Bachelor in New York City? Because that's where everybody is now.
Pre-Paradise. They should just start filming before everybody gets to Paradise and then ship them all to Paradise and say, okay, we're taking away your phones. We're taking away social media. We're isolating you guys. And just give us best of both worlds, because right now they're all hanging out. We got Abigail and Mike Johnson flirting with each other, pictures looking all cozy. People are excited. They think
nuzzling. There's nuzzling happening.
Yeah, something might be going on between the two of them, which Mike and Abigail together, that's an awesome match. Awesome.
There are so many good matches because I just feel like all the people that they're with are great. Like there's so many ways it could all be connected.
Yeah. And now we're getting, I mean, you got Pilot Pete and Dustin, the Bachelor boys in New York City, right? Taking over. And Pilot Pete, he posts a picture with Victoria Justice.
Yeah.
And as we all know, and maybe you don't know, so we're filling you in, Victoria Justice is a family friend of Pilot Pete's. We learned this early Pilot Pete season when Victoria Justice would be like commenting on Barb's photos,
right? And
with Pilot Pete, and everyone was like, why is Victoria Justice involved? And it was like, oh, okay, it's Pilot Pete's family friend.
Yes, their moms are friends.
Their moms are friends. Now, this picture was posted on some fan account, and Kelly commented saying she's just a family friend. And so that, to me, I don't get, because maybe they really are just family friends. Like those pictures to me that Pilot Pete posted did not scream, I'm dating or hooking up with Victoria Justice. There's another person in the photo. It all looks very friendly. But I think that what Kelly is insinuating is that there's something else going on. And she's just saying, oh, they're just family friends. Pete used to tell me this and not to worry about Victoria Justice. She's just a family friend.
Right. It was a pretty salty comment because it wasn't on Pete's Instagram. It wasn't anything like that. Like I said, it was on this account, Bachelor Dishes the Dirt. And Kelly commented, a good family friend of mine, ... nice. So the nice obviously brings the salt. It feels a little bit more dramatic. I get what you're saying, Rhea, but I also feel like there's plenty of times when we have thrown out the, whether you're a guy or a girl, whatever, you've thrown out the like, oh, he, she, just a good family friend, when deep down there is like an attraction. But with the person you're with, it's like, oh my God, no, just a family friend. Like never would think about them like that. But in reality, you know, maybe you kind of think about them like that. Cause I feel like that's how I read Kelly's comment, is like, okay, yeah, you keep saying she's a good family friend, but I feel like there's something more going on that you're not telling me.
Yes, I could see that. And I sound crazy for sticking up for Pilot Pete right now, but I just think Victoria Justice is going to be with Pilot Pete. No, that there's no way that Victoria Justice is going to date Pilot Pete. And that's why I think that they're just friends. Maybe Pilot Pete would.
I'm saying it could be very one-sided. Like Pilot Pete could sneaky be in love with Victoria Justice, and Victoria Justice will forever look at Pete as like her brother.
My little bro. Yes. But maybe not even be in love with Victoria Justice. Maybe he just would, would you hook up with Victoria Justice? Yes, I would.
Yeah, he definitely would. Let's be real. He definitely
let's be real. Like, that's just how it goes. Even if you're good friends. I'm not saying all guys want to bang their girlfriends or whatever. I'm not saying that. But Victoria Justice,
I can't imagine you would.
I can't imagine you would not want to.
Yeah. Pete's a horny guy.
Exactly. We know that. So I feel like they're probably friends, family friends, and Kelly wants to continue to think that maybe Pilot Pete will have a little crush on her. But at the end of the day, they're still only family friends, because if they're not going to take it further, then that's what they are. And that's not a lie.
Yeah, I wonder.
I just can't wrap my head around Victoria Justice being like, yeah, I'm going to give Pilot Pete a shot. I'm going to take a swing at this. We're going to date. There's no way.
I agree with you. I think that this could have been like a Saturday night, couple of cocktails, Kelly throwing out this comment and then waking up Sunday and being like, shit.
Also, a Saturday night, couple of cocktails with Victoria Justice and Pete taking drunk photos, and Pete being like, I'm going to Instagram these in his head. He's like, I'm going to make everyone jealous because I'm with Victoria Justice.
Yeah. The comments on Pete's Instagram are hilarious, because we're talking like, yes, we have known that this connection has been made and that they have that history as family friends. I feel like we've said that 1,000 times now. But the comments, like, so many people just have no idea. It's like, one girl wrote, did I miss this episode on Victorious? One other one said, this is the weirdest post I've ever seen. Why are you with Victoria Justice? Are you into girls named Victoria asking for a friend? Oh, man. Do you bachelors really want a wife? I think most of you get on the show to get famous, then promote all these products to us. I don't think the show is real anymore.
Yo, I got some news for you. What do you mean you don't think the show's real anymore? It's never been real.
How about this ruthless comment? I've met her too. You're not special. Just like
roasted.
Oh, man.
Imagine Pilot Pete was just like, Victoria Justice, big fan. Let me get a picture, and then Instagrammed it. These people they got to be smarter than this.
Yeah.
They have to be smarter than this. Either way, the Bachelor boys are taking over New York City.
Bachelors in the city, baby.
Bachelors in the city. Woof, woof. That's what I imagine them doing before they go out. They're like, yo, where are we going tonight? We heading to Hoboken, or are we going to Bounds? What are we doing?
It's just they're hitting up all the New York City hotspots. I just forget that these people are like all my age. I don't know why that's hard for me to wrap my brain around.
Get out there with them.
Like they tag their locations when all like the girls are all together and they're at these restaurants, and I'm like, damn, great restaurant. Like, I'm just like, like they're just regular gals in New York City brunching with their friends, and everybody's freaking out about it. Also, very interesting. I wonder if this got shut down by production. We didn't talk about this last week. Chelsea, Kit, Piper, Abigail, maybe? There was 4 of them. And it was like, they all posted the same picture. It was like the 4 of them walking on the streets of New York City. And they were like, tune in tomorrow night, 7 p.m. for like our live about dating at X's in the City was like their handle, at X's in the City. And like they were totally doing like a whole Sex and the City thing with the pose and the walking and whatever. And they all posted it, and it was up for a few hours, and then it all got taken down. Like every post was deleted, the Instagram account was deleted. And I think people assumed that they probably got in trouble with The Bachelor. Like The Bachelor's probably like, hey, you guys are like still under contract. You can't be doing this. I don't know. Or maybe if they're going on Paradise, they were like, hey, you can't be doing this. But it was very interesting because they all posted it first, being totally promoting it. Like, hey, tune in, we're doing this. And then a mere hours later, deleted everything.
Yeah, that seems like they must have gotten in trouble for something.
Yeah, they got the call.
Can I just say we do not need another Bachelor podcast? We don't.
We're gonna keep getting them.
Think of something new, ladies and gentlemen. Think of something new and push it out there. Get on YouTube. Why aren't these people getting on YouTube more?
I know.
They're just, let's make another podcast. Let's make another podcast.
Yeah.
People want to see you guys and hear you at the same time. Get on YouTube.
Yeah. So I wonder if that's something that these girls will pursue, once they're allowed to. But like I said in the beginning, the Bachelor power, the powers to be, the people in charge have definitely got to be like scratching their heads. Like, how the hell do we deal with all of these people actually being friends now?
I feel like it's not the first time though. I feel like seasons past, they were like this too. But maybe not as much. This is
I think more. This feels like the most it's ever been. And maybe just because it's also in New York and we're used to seeing it in LA. But
maybe we're paying closer attention because it's in our city.
Yeah.
And so we're seeing it more.
For sure. And I just think they're also posting it more. Like I think people would absolutely hang out. But I feel like every time they're all together, they're always sharing it. They're always posting it. There's always like, you know who they're all with, which I feel like escalates it.
Absolutely. All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. We hope you guys have a great Monday and are ready for the rest of this week. We'll talk to you guys on Wednesday. Love you. Bye.